Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. Today we're working with the Studio 490 Wendy Vici. It's called Seriously Art LCS034. Don't know whether they make it anymore, but you might be able to get it from somewhere. And I'm doing something, it says dare to be unique and be brave, step off the path, take a walk on the wild side. I'm using this image because I've got a male birthday card coming up, and they're a bit quirky. And I thought, okay, let me try and do something with this image. And if you look at it, you've got two parts of the hat that you can cut apart. There's some spots on there which obviously match up with these spots, and we're just going to have some fun with it. So it's either going to be something that you're going to love or you're going to hate, and it's one of those things that I think, well, I think I'm going to love it. So I've done those images first, but what I want to do is I want to take and have the colours I've used were a pink, a blue and a beige. So Marina Mist, Sahara Sand and Magenta Madness, which are that palette. And I think I'm going to do it that way round. So we're going to have the pink first, and I'm going to do the spots where hopefully the image is going to go. So I want to have, not going to need too many spots because it's coming on that way, and I'm going to have one like, oops, that hasn't come all the way down, has it? That wasn't very good. Let's try and get it to there. That's better. Okay, so we're going to have one there. We're going to have the, what did we say that we'd have? The blue at the other end. So let me just clean this off. So I'm having the pink one end, the blue the other end, which can come down about there. And I'm only using the actual stamp to give me a guideline. If you wanted it absolutely spot on and accurate, then, you know, you can measure it. Excuse me, I'm a bit of an eyeballer. So, as you know, I tend to just eyeball it and hopefully it works. So that's going to come about the same distance, hopefully, from the edge like that. So that will come in there, and then the one will come in on the centre. Okay, so the centre is going to be the beige one. And let me just clean this off. And the beige one's going to come in on the centre. So this is, as I say, it's a real, excuse me, different sort of card. But I think it's going to be a bit of fun. And sometimes it's quite nice to do something which is just a bit of fun. So this one's going to come in the middle like that. And it's about right, isn't it? It's not meant to be completely straight anyway, because if you look at the stamp, the edges aren't all completely straight anyway. So that's taken those there. And then I've stamped him out, and I will show you, because I've done the cutting out first, because you don't want to see me cutting out. It would just take far too long. So what I've done is I have cut him out so that we've got the different colours running in the different colours. And I think that that'll work quite well. So I'm going to have swap the blue and the pink over and keep the beige hat in the middle. So we'll have blue. Let's see if we can work it out this way. I've got to make sure that I keep these pieces together, otherwise I'll end up losing them. So we've got this coming in like that, and that's his jacket. and then he's going to have his blue hat on. So blue hat's coming in. Oh, an aeroplane's just flown over. Don't know quite what that was. Then we were going to have the beige is going to be the beige in the middle. So we've got beige, I'm just putting them out. So beige is going to go there with the pink body and blue pieces there. I'm just putting them out so I can then do it properly. Hat, hat, body, jacket, like that. And then I've got 3 lots of the word seriously, because it is a bit seriously. It's just a bit of fun. And I've also taken the dare to be unique as well. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing these down a bit. Now I've got to work out, do I want them low? Do I want them high? I think I want them fairly low, actually. I think probably about where that one is, like that. Maybe halfway through, because it doesn't have to have... Yeah, it's going to go about there. So let's move these out of the way. You can see why I did the cutting first of all, because it's going to take a little while to do the gluing, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. As I say, it's going to be a very different sort of card, and it's probably like Marmite. You're either going to love it or hate it. And again, sometimes masculine cards are quite difficult to do, but I think this is going to work quite well. So if I put, I'm going to put his body or his face in at the same angle so I can see exactly where it is. I'm just wondering whether we've got the air shows coming up soon. I live fairly near Farnborough, and they have the Farnborough Air Show I think it's every 4 years. But you always get a whole series of planes coming over, and sometimes it's because they're doing displays or things, but it certainly sounds like a little bit of plane. So I'm doing this so that the face is going to come as near as we can in here, like that. Okay, now I can do the jackets. So I think that that's the easiest one to do. And as I say, it is quite fun, this. I quite like sometimes doing what they call paper piecing, but we need to just get it so that it comes as near as possible. Now I could have cut the bow tie as well, but I thought that was just going a little bit over the top, because I would have had to have cut another series of them to have been able to do the bow tie separately. So whereas this actually works quite well. So that's, whoops, don't stick it in together too much. Okay, so that's that. Now I can put his hat on. Oh, and I was going to swap those pieces over, wasn't I? I might do that actually. Let's see when we get to the bottom of there. So I was going to swap the hat bands over, but I need to work out which colour will go where. So I think one bit will go in one part. Let's put this one so that comes down flat. And then this one, I was writing notes on the back of this, I think, for something or other. Come on, glue. Pop this one in on here. So yes, by the time I've finished with it, it'll either look amazing or it'll look quite strange. I think it'll look quite strange anyway because it's a strange image, but sometimes it's quite nice to do something that's just a bit different. And I just fancied doing this one, which, as I say, is definitely a little bit different. It's not running quite straight, but again, I don't think it matters too much. We can put the seriously bits underneath it. They work a bit better. Pat it on there. And then, okay, so the hat, if I mix up the bands, we'd need, let's swap the blue and the pink over, shall we? Oh no, because then the brand's going to be the same. So let's just do them one across. So if I put this one in on here, that one in on here, that one in on there. So that's the same as their bottoms, isn't it? And then this on top and that on top and that on top. That I think works, although we've got pink on there, isn't it? If I put the blue, one of them's going to be the same. If I put the blue, oh no, because then that gives the blue on the bottom, doesn't it? If I give blue on there and maybe beige on top, then that's the same as his face, isn't it? Oh, that looks quite good actually. So we need beige and pink, and then that is pink and blue. Okay, that's better, isn't it? That's made it odd again, because we want it all to be as odd as it can be, or as mixed up as it can be. So let's put these pieces on. And as I say, you probably won't watch all of this, so most of the people who watch tend to do a bit and then see the first bit and then whiz down to the end to see the end bit. So I can rabbit on about all sorts of things, and there's only one or two of you that actually watch the whole thing from start to finish, but that's fine. It's as long as you get something out of each one of the videos, I'm quite happy with it. I'm diversifying, as you know, into doing all sorts of different things, because I think that makes it interesting. It makes it interesting for me, and I think it makes it quite interesting for you guys as well, because I'm always doing the same thing with the same the same products, it can get a little boring, whereas I think doing it this way, you get some quite interesting things like this, which I think is quite extraordinary. It's definitely something that I wouldn't probably do lots of, but I do quite like quirky sometimes. I think this is quite fun quirky. And the fact that you've got your spots and things is quite good, because your spots come, I suppose I should have done the faces the same, shouldn't I? Not necessarily, because that's blue with blue spots, but I don't think it matters. I think it makes more sense to have it all sort of mixed up a bit. Oh, now his hat's going to just come off the edge, isn't it? Never mind. We can do that. See if I can just ease it up just a bit so that it comes just on. It's just on. Okay, so now I've got this seriously to come on, and I think I'm going to have beige on there, pink on there, and blue on the end. I think the blue's more mixed up than anything, which is quite good. So I'm trying to keep it fairly random. So we'll have this down in on here like that. To try and get that relatively straight, I think. So that even though his body is a bit not straight, it doesn't really matter quite so much. So let's put this one in on here like that, and then we'll have this one in like that. So that should make all of those straight, and that sort of straightens it up a bit. Okay. Now, I did cut out of here, be brave, step off the path, dare to be unique, I think is all I need on there. I don't think I need be brave, step off the path, take a walk on the wild side. But I think dare to be unique is quite good, because all of these images are just a little bit different. So if I take that and just do the dare to be unique, and I've done that in black only because I wanted it to be different from the others. So it's going to be fairly, I think probably up there. What do we reckon? Yeah, I think that that works fine. And again, I'm not doing any dimensionals or anything like that, because if it's cards being posted these days, you put lots of dimensionals on, and it costs such a lot. So I'm just going to put that in there like that. I could have stamped it, but again, if you're not too sure on your stamping and you don't want to ruin it all at this stage. So I've now got my base. I'm going to put this on top. Let's turn that over so we haven't got that sitting there looking at us. I'm going to put that like that. Now I want to go round the edge, and I'm going to go around the edge because I've done black. I'm going to go around the edge with a black Posca, because that's going to just give me... have I got them out? I probably have. So I've been doing quite a few. Oh, here we are underneath. So I want to do it with the black one, because if I do it with the black one, then it will work quite well. And what I want to do is, I'm going to take it on the other side because it's going to show through in lines. I'm just literally going to go across down on the bottom of it. So now is that going to show? Probably not. Let's do it this way. I have to try and get it in that way. That's it. You have to do it at a, just in at the edge like this. That's better. Then if you do it like that, what happens is that you're, with a bit of luck, there's me hoping to not get pen all over me, you just catch the edge with the pen, and it looks as if you've got a black border, but you haven't had to waste your time putting some black cardstock behind. So you're actually saving yourself quite a bit of, come on, put it right at the edge. So you're saving yourself some pennies, which, you know, we all need to be a little bit frugal. So that's all taken that round there, which is good. And now I can just go without quite what that was falling for. I can just go around the words on here as well, and this time I'm doing it underneath because that's the easiest piece. And then down on here, very easy way to do your little mats without it being taking a lot. Now, do I do the bits at the bottom or not? No, I don't. I'm going to keep those because they're the same. I could go all the way around it, but I'm not, because it's very easy to then be, what do they say, over egg it. Okay, so that's going to go in like that on there. So all I need to do is to just take some wet glue on here, and then we're finished. And I think it's an interesting one. It's one that, as I say, it'll be interesting from your comments. Do comment. I do love all your comments. And just let me know what you think, because I think it's different. It's the dare to be unique, and for a different type of card, I think it's quite fun. And as I say, it won't be everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's quite fun, and I do like doing things that are just a little bit different sometimes. And this is one of them. So, and it's got a long thin card, so it stands up quite nicely. And there we go. So that's our card for today. Hope you've enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.